Hello friends, in this video I will be talking about accounts payables management. So finally, we have studied cash management, accounts receivables management and inventory management. So this is the last part, which is accounts payables management. So how do we actually manage our creditors? So now we learn how to manage accounts payables, which is yet another important part of our working capital. Accounts payables arise when a company purchases on credit. So if I'm purchasing my raw material, जो भी मुझे credit पे दे रहा है, that is known as accounts payable. Now this trade credit period can range from 10 days to 90 days normally. It can be more or less, but usually 10 days से लेके 90 days का आपको एक trade credit period मिलेगा. If the credit period is 90 days, then you pay your supplier on the 90th day. If you pay earlier, you may get a discount. If you pay later, you may have to pay a fine or interest for the delay. So basically, if the credit period is 90, you pay on the 90th day. If you pay early, you can get a discount. If you pay later, you may have to incur some extra fine or interest. Usually, trade credit terms are written as 2 by 10 net 45. Now this is very important. This is new for you. 2 by 10 net 45 means that time period to pay is 45 days, but a 2% trade discount will be given if paid in 10 days. Here, 45th day is called net day. So basically, what is 2 by 10 net 45? 2 by 10 net 45 का मतलब है ये टाइम पीरियड है, पे इन 45 days, but you may pay in 10 days if you want a discount of 2%. So basically it is like a trade discount. If you want 2% discount, pay in 10 days or pay in 45 days. And 45 days को हम net day बोलेंगे. There is a term used, net day. Net day meaning the last day, 45th day. Let's study economics of taking a trade discount. Meaning, should you or should you not take the trade discount? So the question is, should discount be taken or should it be ignored? Let us try and understand cost of trade credit annualized. Now we'll be finding cost of trade credit, which is annualized, meaning for 365 days, is the cost to the company for not taking the discount. What are we trying to find? Cost of trade credit, which means cost of not taking the discount. If you would have taken the discount, you would have paid less. Let's understand, if the selling price is 100, meaning you are buying it for 100. Let's say you are buying it for 100 and you are getting a 2% discount. Let's say 98 if you pay in 10 days, or you pay 100, let's say in 45 days. Now if you are paying 98, don't you think you are saving out on that extra $2? Yes. So what we are trying to find is what will be the cost to the company if the discount is not taken. Meaning if you pay 100 here, if you pay $2 extra, what is your cost in terms of percentage, which is annualized. So the formula is something like this. Cost of trade credit is equal to 1 plus discount upon 1 minus discount raised to 365 divided by days after discount period minus 1. तो ये पूरा का पूरा टर्म पहले ढूंढना and then at the end minus 1 करना. Now you won't understand the formula just blindly by reading it. We'll be solving one example in the next slide so that it becomes clearer. But just try to understand the formula. 1 plus discount. Now what is discount? So 2%, which will be 0.02. Divide by 1 minus discount, which will be 0.98. Raised to 365 divide by days after the discount period. See, understand, what are we trying to find? We are trying to find that cost which will be incurred by the company for not taking the discount. Meaning 10 days का जो period था for taking 2% discount, that is not being considered. We are paying after 10 days. If we are paying after 10 days, it means that we are not taking the discount. That is why we are trying to find the cost of not taking the discount. Now, days after discount period क्या होगा? So let's say we'll consider the original example of 10 days and 45 days. Let's say I am paying my amount on 45th day. Now, if I am paying on 45th day, what will be days after discount period? Discount period 10th day को खत्म हुआ है. So, days after discount period would be 35. 10th day के बाद 35 days था after which you paid. So, this is how you will derive your terms in the formula. Now, interpretation and all we'll be studying in the example. Just wait for it. Let us consider 2 by 10 net 45. If we have to take the discount, we can use the credit for 9 days and it is best to pay only on the 10th day. Now this is common sense. ये बनिया लोग करते हैं. So if I have to pay something on the 10th day, I will pay on the 10th day. I won't pay earlier than that. So total 45 days का time limit है. If you want 2% discount, you can pay till the 10th day. I will pay on the 10th day. I won't pay on the 9th day. Cost of trade credit is 0 during the discount period of 10 days. Understand why? What is cost of trade credit? Again, check this point here. Star mark here. It is the cost of company, or rather it is the cost to the company for not taking the discount. If you don't take the discount, there is some cost. If you take the discount, there is no cost. In fact, it is a benefit. That is why cost of trade credit will be 0 during the discount period. If we do not have to take discount, we can use the credit for 44 days and it is best to pay only on the 45th day. See again, if I am taking the discount, I'll pay on the 10th day. If I'm not taking the discount, I'll pay on the 45th day. I won't be paying on 43rd day or 35th day. No, I'll use it till the end. Thus, cost of trade credit will be the least if paid on 45th day. Again, what is cost of trade credit? It is the cost of not taking the discount. Now, it is beneficial to pay on the 45th day rather than paying on the 40th day. Correct. That is why I can say cost of trade credit will be the least on the 45th day. Now, whatever we just studied, we can prove it using an example. A creditor has set trade credit terms of 2 by 10 net 30. Now, before we proceed, what is 2 by 10 net 30? Pay in 30 days, let's say $100, or pay in 10 days and take a discount of 2, let's say pay 98. So pay 98 in 10 days or pay 100 in 30 days. This is the interpretation. Calculate cost of trade credit if amount is paid on 25th day or the 30th day. 25th day या 30th day का मतलब है this one 100 वाला. I am not taking this discount. Of course, because we are finding the cost of trade credit, which is cost of not taking the discount. Basically, I'm not taking the discount. I'll be paying $100 and 25th या तो 30th day पे. Now, before we start the question, you should know what would be beneficial, 25th day or 30th day. 30th day. Basically, you have to pay the amount on 30th day. Use it till the 30th day and then pay it. 25th day को pay किया तो you are at loss. You are losing out on that opportunity to use the funds for 5 more days. We can prove this. Solution. If paid on 25th day, days after discount period will be 15. If you remember in the formula we've used days after discount period. Discount period कभी खत्म हुआ 10th day को. तो 10th से लेके 25th तक there are 15 days. So this was my formula. I'll write it down here. 1 plus discount upon 1 minus discount raised to 365 upon days after discount period. So now I can check 1 plus 0.02 upon 1 minus 0.02 raised to 365 upon 15. Why 15? ये रहा, यहाँ पे ढूंढा है. Days after discount period in the first case will be 15 minus 1. So that gives you annualized cost of 63. And B के लिए if paid on the 30th day, days after discount period would be 20, which is from 10th day till the 30th day. So again, using the same formula, 1 plus 0.02 upon 1 minus 0.02 raised to 365 upon 20 in this case, minus 1. The annualized cost would be 44.58%. Now, let's talk about calculation. On your Calci, how can you actually solve this? So, I'm writing the Calci steps, even you can note it down. I'll be solving the first one, which is 25th day wala. So what you can do is 1 plus 0.02 upon 1 minus 0.02. So you can start by using these keys. 0.02 divide 0.98 equal to, जो भी आया, add 1 to it. So this is my first term. So first 0.02 divide by 0.98 करके एक term आया, then I add plus 1. So this is my whole bracket. Now it is raised to 365 divided by 15. For that I will press y raised to x. Y raised to x एक function है wherein you can solve anything which is raised to something. So I press y raised to x. So now whatever answer you had found ये इतने first bracket में, that is y. And now when you press y raised to x, you have to insert x जो raised to है वो. For y raised to x, first I'll open the bracket. तो ब्रैकेट का भी ऑप्शन होता है कैलसी पे. देन आई विल प्रेस 365 डिवाइड 15 ब्रैकेट क्लोज इक्वल टू, if I do this I get the answer of 1 plus 0.02 upon 1 minus 0.02 raised to 365 divided by 15. अब इक्वल टू करने के बाद माइनस 1 करना है इन द फॉर्मूला. So whatever is the answer, 0.635 or 63.5. Similarly, you can try for the second one on your Calci. You should get these answers 63.5 and 44.58. These are annualized figures. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज के आज मुझे 44% का कॉस्ट लग गया फॉर नॉट टेकिंग द डिस्काउंट. दिस इज एनुअलाइज्ड. Thus, cost is lesser if paid on net day, that is 30th day. This is Banya logic. If I have option to pay on 25th or 30th day, I will definitely pay on the 30th day. So we are just proving it that if I pay on 25th day, the cost of not taking the discount is 63.5 annualized. If I pay on 30th day, cost of not taking the discount is little lesser, which is 44.58. Decision making regarding date of payment. So when should I pay the amount? Now I'll assume 2 by 10 net 60. So 2 by 10 net 60 क्या होगा? I'll pay $100 on 60th day, or I'll pay $98 on 10th day. 10 दिन में पे करो तो 2% discount, otherwise take 60 days. So what is the decision making? If cost of trade credit is more than the company's cost of funds or short term investment rate, try to understand. पहले लिखा है cost of trade credit, which is what we just found using that formula 1 plus discount upon 1 minus discount वगैरह वगैरह. So you find this, let's say cost of trade credit, meaning the cost of not taking the discount, comes to 20%. This is annualized figure. If that is greater than company's cost of funds, if you remember weighted average cost of capital or short term cost of capital, we are talking about working capital, so it can be a shorter term. Let's say you've borrowed money or you've taken some overdraft from your bank, etc., etc. Or short term investment rate, just to check the opportunity cost. If you had funds, you could have invested somewhere, etc., etc. So if your weighted average cost of capital or short term cost of capital or short term investment rate is, let's say, 15%, and your cost of trade credit is 20%, meaning the cost of not taking the discount is higher, तो क्या करना चाहिए? Discount must be taken and the amount must be paid at the end of discount period, which is on 10th day. See, if the cost of not taking the discount is higher, better take the discount. But other way around, if the cost of trade credit is lesser than the company's cost of funds or short-term investment rate. Now, let's say cost of not taking the discount is 10% and company's cost of funds or short-term investment rate is 20%. What does this mean? If I don't take the discount, मुझे सिर्फ 10% का cost लगेगा and the company's cost of funds or investment rate would be 20 in this case. Meaning, अगर मैंने 10 दिन के अंदर पैसा पे कर दिया तो fine, I'll get the discount, but I am losing out on 20% short-term investment rate. I could have invested those funds for 60 days at 20% का rate. Now that 20% ka rate is quite higher, which means that I should hold for 60 days. So the interpretation is then the discount must not be taken and the amount must be paid on the net day, which is 60th day. So I hope you understood. We'll be comparing your cost of trade credit with your short-term investment rate. What is cost of trade credit? The cost of not taking the discount. If that cost is very much higher, take the discount, don't incur that cost. If that cost is lower and elsewhere you are earning a better return on your short-term investment, invest your funds there for 60 days and on the 60th day you can pay your supplier. So these are two decisions regarding date of payment. We can monitor accounts payables by using average number of days of payables. Again, the formula is the same. Accounts payable divided by average days purchases. If you remember the interpretation, average number of days of payables means that much time which I am taking to repay my suppliers. So basically creditors के लिए, if 30 days is the number of days of payables, it means that I usually take 30 days to pay my creditors. Example, if accounts payable is, let's say, $200,000 and total annual purchase is $5 million, average days purchases क्या होगा? That will be 5 million divided by 365, which is $13,698.63. Average number of days of payables will be, so we can use this formula, accounts payable upon average days purchases. So $200,000 divided by 13,698.63, that will give you 14.6 days. It means that the company takes approx 14.6 days to pay off its suppliers. The calculations will be very easy. You should focus on interpretations rather than calculations. Interpretation: if average number of days of payables is longer and if it is shorter. अगर longer है तो क्या? Then the company is utilizing credit for a longer period. The suppliers are at a loss. See, if you are the company, you are taking 180 days to pay a creditor. तो आपके लिए तो अच्छा है, but the supplier is at a loss. Similarly, if the number of days of payables are shorter, तो क्या होगा? Then the company is paying the suppliers quite earlier. It may be accepting discounts to pay earlier. This is very much possible. Let's say the supplier is giving you 60 days, but you have paid the amount in, let's say, 10 to 15 days. Quite possible you got a discount. So these are two interpretations which you can make. Thank you guys for watching this video.